second. It's live.
Yeah, baby.
Man, you're a part of something. It's something big. Because Benfica is more than just football. It's more than just soccer.
I'll start this motherfucker off.
Listen, everyone. This is the new channel, Benfica After 90.
A gente tem futebol melhor, país melhor. Abraço a todos, viva o Benfica, viva Portugal!
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Another edition of Benfica After 90. Let me just adjust our little logo in the middle there. Perfect. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
2-1. We talked last week about this. I honestly have this level of respect for Braga because I always feel they take the fight to us, but then we always win. Hey, olha Dylan. Is that the same Dylan? Is that Dylan that spits out fire?
Oh, is he in the chat? Is he in the YouTube
It is
chat?
Dylon. That's Dylon.
That is Dylan.
Why is he not on?
YouTube's over there?
He's watching from the streets. I love you, Dylan. I love you. I do love the guy. He's
I love you, Dylan. I love you, Dylan.
Man, it throws me off, man. I saw Dylan's name. I'm like, shit, it's Dylan.
Oh.
Gets all excited. My heart swells.
I got all emotional there.
Got emotional. Butterflies kick in and shit.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. No, what I was going to say is, like, it's one of those teams that I always say, man, these guys are good. They're competitive. Going to give us a fight. But we always win against Braga. But they always give us one hell of a fight. But they always give a fight. It's always like cutthroat them.
I thought it was a good match.
I got like loads of respect for that club. It's so cutthroat, that team, the way they play and shit, right? So
I thought they played. I thought it was a very good match. I thought I know I don't want to get right into it, but I know at the beginning of that match, man, Braga looked like, they look fast, they look quick. I'm like, we got our hands full today. And the first goal. We'll get into it, but
yeah. Well, let me shoot up lineups, I guess. For today, there's no goal point. So they don't do goal points. So what I did is I pulled up a lineup.
They do Sofa Score though, right?
Yeah.
They do Sofa Score.
Sofa Score. That's exactly the source, man. Alex, he knows where I'm going with this.
I got you, buddy.
Yeah, he's got it. So I started off with in the back, Zoblan, Grimaldo, Ferro, Ruben Diaz, Tomás, Servi, Tarat, Gabriel, Pizzi, Vinicius, and Chiquinho. Great players to have on our team here. And then if we kind of go off to the bench, I know we had Seferovic come off the bench today. We also had my mind's blanking out for 2 seconds here. Also, we have a substitution. Samaris came out, and Seferovic. We only used the 2 subs. That's what I was double checking there. So yeah, so only 2 substitutions used. My quick take, and I'll let you guys jump into it, is when it comes to cup matches, I like rotating the keeper. So I like that Zoblin got to start. I think he did fantastic today. We'll talk more about him, but outstanding. And I don't mind if they did another rotation if they had to, but I'm ecstatic that they played their best 11. That's the best 11 this club's had. They rested Vinicius early last game, where we talked about that. It was the idea to play him this game, and it was. So he did some early subs and got some of these guys some rest, and they came in hard, man. They came in hard. They played, and they got the win, and it's a cup elimination, and we're off to the next round, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad, and we've said it on this show before. I think it was me. I don't want to, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I said I
toot
don't
away.
think at this point in the year, I don't think we had these changes, all these lineup changes. 11, let them prove it, and then do spot changes. And the goalkeeper, like you said, I like the goalkeeper changes, Zoblan, or however you want it.
Zoblin. You got it right.
Zoblin. All right, so but and I've said my piece on Zoblin before. I'm not the biggest fan of the guy. I don't see it. I'm not a scout anyways, but I just don't see it there. But today he had a pretty good game. I think I think Benfica was prepared. They looked very prepared for what they were going to get today, and the results showed that. But I'm happy with the lineup, the consistency. You have to have some consistency. And Bruno Lage is learning that.
Yeah, man. Luis, what do you think of the lineup?
Yeah, same as I was surprised not to see more changes to be honest. Who did I speak to? I think I spoke to somebody. Oh yeah, Braga support. I said to him, like, we're not gonna play with the same team, don't worry, bro. Like we're not gonna, we're gonna see different players. And then he messaged me saying, "What were you saying?" And I'm like, I looked at it, and I'm like, oh shit, all right, fair play. And he was like, "Do you think I'm pissed off? I'm not pissed off, dude. If the lineup is like this, it's because he believes that the fitness levels are good, and he doesn't need to. But you have Zlobin, that, and he go, oh, but you have Zlobin. I was like, well, that doesn't change fuck all. That's the keeper, like fair play. We'll give Odie a rest, time on the side. You've done your job, man. We he knows that we're happy with him. So, we're not like experimenting because we need a new keeper. We're just trying out a new keeper. So yeah, I was happy.
Substitution. That's a pat on the back substitution. Like you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Take a rest. You know.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, exactly. Like we don't need it today, man. Like take a rest, take a breather, and spend some time with your family and stuff. You've done as good, And yeah, I like the lineup, man. Honestly, with a lineup like that, I thought it was going to be a lot more goals. A lot more goals, a lot more, maybe a lot more like possession stuff. But then obviously I didn't watch the game. Watching the highlights, we could have the last 5 minutes. Verovic missed like two chances. I think Shikingu missed. Is it Shikingu still? I don't know. Another guy missed a chance as well. So you put those three away, you make that 2-1 or 5-1, and then we're talking like fuck. We smashed it. Think about it. Braga didn't really score a goal, did they? Because we scored for them. So realistically, this would have been another 3-0 sort of thing. So if we win 3-0 today, we're like, yeah, great, yeah. But because it's 2-1, it's so short that it makes you feel a bit like, ooh. But realistically, come on, really.
I watched that goal live, and they didn't create after that. They didn't create a lot of pressure, a lot of and they didn't have many chances. But that goal, I mean, I'm gonna give it to Braga. They created that. I mean, that was, from the mid and Mario watched it right before we came on. I said, look at Trap. Did you see? Do you see? So Trap, I'm not blaming him. I'm not saying Trap's fault or anything.
Oh, but he goes in like
Zoblin, Zoblin, exactly.
Yeah, he go
to the midfield. And I like the aggression. I like the aggressiveness. You know what I mean? But being aggressive like that sometimes creates, these chances for the other team. And
of course,
kudos to Braga. Kudos to Braga. I mean, as soon as the midfielder, Tarap fell, the midfielder picked his head up and he pushed the ball. He got it out wide, and they did what they were supposed to do. The pressure that they put on Benfica on that one play created a goal. Now, Ferro, and I made that joke, Ferro did his best not to let us win today, but it was one of those like center back own goal. Like it was like, to me, it was like classic own goal. He was trying to defend. Maybe the ball hits the side of his foot and goes the other. But in this case, it hit, that part of his foot, the bottom part of his foot, and it goes into the goal. I'm not blaming Ferro as much as I'll give Braga some credit on that particular play, because like I said, I was doing an interview and I'm watching out the corner of my eye the build up, and in my head I'm like, no, and sure enough, Benfica suffer a goal. But what a way to respond. What a way to
exactly.
But I do want to give, they do have that on them. They open their legs all the time, but they came to play today, man.
Yeah, they do. They do a good fight. I just gotta toss out one quick shout out here, just because I'll pop it up on the screen. We got a friggin' Ivan. He's the I'm gonna put him up here. Our goalkeeper today. He was the boxer defending us from Rocky Balboa there. But yeah, man, I gotta say that Russian cat, as Cynthia pointed out, is. I was very impressed. To me, when I saw Zlobin today, I think the goal wasn't his fault, like Alex said. I think outside there's another opportunity where they hit the post in the first half, where it almost went in, but he actually had it covered. Like if it was actually going inward, he had his hands like he dove perfectly. A couple of good saves. It wasn't that he was challenged very much in the second half, but he, man, this guy, I gotta say, Odie's our main man. He's our guy, but this guy is I think 21, 22, a young keeper coming up. That's what I want in this cup keepers. I want these young guys coming up that maybe will have good potential. And you don't want
so he did well today?
I think he did well. That's my take. I think he did decent.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah. No, he did. No, he did do well. He did do well.
Okay,
He
that's good.
did have a nice save. There was a free kick that was very close that Braga had. I
What
think he would have
Sequeira
saved.
took it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I think, yeah, yeah.
I think he would have saved it though. Like if he
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. No, you would
move
have.
it
You
over,
would.
I think
I saw that.
yeah,
Yeah.
his reaction time it was very
Yeah,
well.
that's the free kick that hit
And
the post, right? But he dove. Yeah,
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 yeah. And
Did
they
it
didn't
hit the
hit the
post?
post.
I
It
think it hit.
barely.
yeah.
I
Hit the
mean, it
post.
barely skimmed.
Okay, okay.
Okay, it hit the post.
But his hands
But
are there. Like if it was like if the ball was
right.
inward to go in the net,
That's my point.
his hand is
Yeah.
there. Yeah, yeah.
That's
It's
my point.
I'm happy with that, man.
And I've been tough on our backup keepers on this show before, but and Luis said very very important that I forgot about keepers. They're not good until they're about what did he say about 30, 31
Just,
years old.
just under like I'd say
Yeah, just
29,
under
like
28.
yeah, like your late
29,
twenties.
20.
Late 20s is
Right,
your prime.
Yeah, yeah, late 20.
and
That's
Zoblin Zlobin is what is
22,
he
22.
20, 22.
is
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, I hate to be so critical of the guy, but it seems like somebody. I mean, it seems like he's good enough to take Spilar's spot, and Spilar was very well touted. I mean, he was very
Yeah.
well touted
Yeah.
from where coming from Belgium, where he came from. So there has to be something about the guy, and today things like games like it does breed confidence.
Yeah.
It should breed confidence.
You know, which with me, it's weird. For some reason, and I think we've had this chat before, and I've said to you guys, I have this feeling for Zlobin. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. He's probably going to be crap and be sold. I have a feeling this guy's going to be a great, great keeper. And he has, and the fact that you guys said he was good today made me very, very happy. Because, like I said, when we're done with this, I'm going to spend at least a good hour just watching the whole game. That's fine. I'm probably not going to watch all of it. Skip it little bits, but I want to watch most of it. And I want to see this because for some reason I'm just waiting for one day for me to watch and go, yeah, I was. It's not about me being right. It's like when you have a feeling about something.
Yeah, you got a
and
gut
then
feeling. Something
you
feels
need,
special about the guy.
you need closure. Like you need to know you're either right or completely fucking wrong. And I need that. Like Odie. Like I didn't believe in Odie. I was like, nah, this Odie guy, man, I don't feel confident. And today I'm like, Odie's sick. I love Odie. I was completely wrong.
You need that feeling you got when we all seen Ederson for the first time.
Yeah. Oh man.
We didn't know. Like nobody's gonna sit here and tell me.
No, of course not.
Is gonna tell me they fucking knew when we got Ederson from Braga that this kid was the next fucking.
I was
thing.
shitting myself when he came on. I was like,
Yeah, because it was like it was another kid. You gotta say and you're right that keepers get better with age, and so when you start getting these young keepers, you get anxiety, right? And we saw with Svilar what happened there, and even Varela what happened there. The young guys rarely work out as well intended as you want to. There's the odd case like Oblak and Ederson that they did, but even when both those guys come, these guys are interesting, but no one knew they were going to be the phenoms that they became, right?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. And that's a testament to whoever's the goalkeeping coach for Benfica, whoever's teaching these guys. I mean, that's just a testament not just to that guy or coach, but to the B team and the people it's developing. And that's probably a reason, has this thing for Zlobin because he came up the right way, came up in the B
Probably.
team. He put his time. He put his time in. Like so, maybe we feel a little different. If he showed us a little more, if he accepted to go to the B team and then put some time in, we can see the passion. For
But
the
that's what
like
Zlobin did. He went. I think he played in the B team a little bit before he came back.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
So he
Not
earned
a
his
little
way up.
bit.
Yeah,
Like he
lot.
did a couple of
he
years,
was a
right?
starting keeper.
Yeah.
Not a little bit. A lot. Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
He was
The said they
Yeah.
made a comment in the chat about basically Vinicius is doing what Shot RDT would
Who?
have had. Vinicius.
No. We'll put the comment in the chat.
Sitya.
Who's that?
Oh yeah.
Who's
Got the love of my life on there.
that?
I'll be honest, man. Vinicius and Pizzi right now, this combination it feels like it's getting more deadlier by the game. Like there's something with these guys linking up. Sometimes it's like you get these situations where it's like an Aymar linking up with someone else, or you get like when you have that love affair between Cardozo and Saviola, or you just get sometimes
and Jonas.
yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's like this pair. You have sometimes a guy like Jonas that's a sole ranger, like he's a lone ranger, but then you have the other season when it was him and Mitroglou, right? when it's a pairing,
Yeah.
it feels extra special because it's like they're both killing it, and you feel like, man, what if one of these guys have a bad day, the other one's got him. You know what I mean? And literally with these two, it's like they're just they're just going tit for tat on goals.
They had a couple. They had a couple of chances together.
Yeah, man.
Vinicius had a header that he put on goal. You're right. They are playing so well.
And
And I want to comment on the RDT. You brought up RDT. I think I think Benfica fans we are disappointed that RDT isn't playing up to par, up to his price tag.
Yeah.
But I think there's something different about RDT this season and Benfica fans. What that is it's not RDT's fault. It's Benfica's fault. Benfica scouted a guy, a 28-year-old guy, and they accepted, to pay $20 million for a guy who was playing in a last place team in the Spanish. You know what I mean? So I think for me, RDT. I wish RDT was the guy who was making these goals to make that price tag count, but. I don't blame him. I think I blame Benfica. I blame Benfica for that signing. Benfica for putting him in that position because we know better. It's $37 million on two guys, and only one of them's playing.
And the one
So
thing
I mean,
I find fascinating now is this is very stupid. RDT's healthy. He's not injured, right? Um, he wasn't even on the bench today. It's a Taça game.
Yeah.
I would think like the fact that Seferovic was given like what 40 minutes last game or almost 40 minutes because they subbed off Vinicius so early and then they give Seferovic another game. We got the Taça de Liga coming up, and that's a game really. It doesn't matter if we win. We're likely gonna get eliminated from that cup. I wonder to myself, is RDT gonna find another starting opportunity? Is he gonna be given the chance? Because at the same time, I feel like as much as I harped on Seferovic for being a flop this season, I don't mind the fact that what Bruno Lage is doing right now, when we were well ahead last game and you're giving Severovich more minutes, or we're winning and you want to kind of switch up in the last few minutes and give Severovich more time. The guy did it before, you're giving the guy his dues and giving him a chance to earn his spot back. But I wonder at what point do you kind of go, all right, well, if Vinicius was getting those minutes, he was scoring. He was trying to make his mark. He was trying to earn his spot. If Severovich
I
doesn't score a goal in the next like couple of times when he's getting these opportunities, I want to see RDT give him that second striker opportunity where it's like, okay, you're the substitution. Vinicius is coming off, you're getting on, and what he did in that Champions League and almost scoring a goal for us, like you kind of see like he's so close, man. You can just feel that. I don't know. It's like I don't want to give up on him
he
yet.
scored a goal in Champions League.
Look,
Oh, he did,
I
yeah, sure.
honestly, I could be completely wrong here, and if I am, that's cool. I've been wrong before. I really, really do think like let's put it this way: IDT is not gonna get sold. You just bought a guy. You're not gonna just sell him like that, right?
Yeah.
People would ask questions. People would ask a lot of questions. Now, I think the reason Severovic is getting the time is the January transfer window is around the corner, man. You don't
Oh,
sell players they don't play. You don't sell players they don't play. They vanish. They get forgotten. But you sell players that come on for 20 minutes and show that they could potentially score. He missed a couple goals today at least on the right, but that's cool. Not for me. No, Severovic,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right?
Sorry.
All I'm saying that you got the transfer window around the corner, man. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that that's their idea. Like I'm not saying they're just focusing on that, but it's working. I think it's in the back of the mind thinking, play him. He's either going to score goals and prove that he's worth staying, or at least people are going to see, oh, look at that, Severovic. Why not? He had a good season. Benfica potentially would take 50 mil for him, or even maybe a 10 mil, really. Okay, let's put it this way, right? Let's imagine I don't know, like Everton. They need somebody to score them fucking goals because they're not scoring them. And they come on and put a 10 million, 50 million down for Severovic. Are we going to keep him? I don't think so. We'll go, you know what? We got RDT. Now we give that RDT the minute. Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
No,
Your image is
and
gone
he's a
there.
national team player, right?
yeah, he's,
Yeah,
he's,
yeah,
he's,
yeah.
he's
Of
Switzerland,
course,
yeah,
yeah.
Switzerland's national team player, and at the same time, Benfica still, despite like some of the disaster happened in the Champions League. I know his camera's completely gone right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's not just you. Yeah, yeah. Hey, he'll come back.
I'm
There we go.
sorry.
He's got it. He's got it.
I had to adjust the wires. I'm sorry.
No, no,
I'm here
it's,
now.
it's all good. It's all good. But the way I look at it, Luis is right. It's not a bad theory. It's you're getting him FaceTime. He was one of the best strikers last year in the Portuguese Liga. He's a national team striker, and the guy has a certain feel to him. And it's like his size, his body size. He feels like maybe he could play in other leagues and things of the sort. And you know what? If you're an EPL club and you look at, well, Benfica's got the striker. He's not their primary guy, but he's done okay for them. There's this Raul guy that Wolves signed that was like their backup striker,
Yeah,
and they're good. He was good. So,
that's a good shout.
it's like we got. We got a history of having good players that we don't always play. Like Benfica's not a club where you have to be the best player on the pitch to be the player sold. We saw guys off the bench all the time. You know.
Yeah.
I don't. It makes sense, but I'm not sure that Benfica's in a position, honestly, to sell any forwards, even if it is Seferovic or Raul de Tomas. Like you never know. Vinicius could pull up a hammy, and now he's out for 2 weeks, and then Seferovic comes in, he takes the elbow to the head. You know what I mean? Like we're not in no position to sell a forward, even though they're not playing well. I don't think we're in a position to sell one because who are we going to bring in at this point, right? Who? Are you gonna sell him? You're gonna sell him for 15 to do what? Like to
You're right. You're right in that sense.
I don't want to spend any. There's no need to spend any money on forwards. I hear if you want to talk about transfers, I know it's a rumor. I wanted to bring it up earlier, but I mean, you want to get rid of somebody, you get rid of that midfield that's congested with Phasia, with Samadi, with. I mean, it's a lot of guys. You bring in a guy like Weigl. I hate to say his name. It's a rumor, but I'm saying like it makes more sense to me. Weigl, right? Yeah, it makes more sense to me to bring in a guy like that, a young. And now I've said it before. Benfica is not gonna look like the Gaetan thing, right? The Gaetan's not coming. I don't think. No. I don't think there's.
I honestly. Exactly. That. Okay. Sorry. You put
That's it. Yeah.
I love the guy. But who are you gonna take out? Servi? Rafa? Easy?
If anything, it'd be like let him be like fond memories for what he did with the club, and he can come back in some kind of other capacity in an assistant coach or a trainer or some other thing, whatever, right? You know, what I mean, like I kind of sometimes feel bad when guys come back and they're past their prime date, and unless you're a Rui Costa, you're a certain player that can do it. There's not many guys that can kind of do that shit. That they can come back and just kill.
Yeah, but there's a difference. Right. When Rui Costa came to Benfica, we needed somebody to grab that fucking motherfucking midfield.
Yeah,
we needed someone.
This is somebody who, I mean, he's a Portuguese. I mean, he's Portuguese. That's.
Yeah,
I know Gaetan loves Benfica, but that's different.
It's like Ronaldo going back to Sporting. Even if the guy was 50, you would still like, yeah, I understand that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even if he was 50, and
he would never do that, but yeah, he would never do that.
He'll never.
He'd go to MLS before he does that.
I think if he never come back to Portugal, he'd be to Benfica. I'm just saying. I'm saying Ronaldo would only come back to Portugal. A, when he's when he's in his 40s, and B, to win a title, to say I actually won something in Portugal, because he never has won anything really.
Imagine the scenes. It ain't gonna happen. Bro.
No.
Imagine when he's like 39. He's been at the MLS for 2 years. Let's say that, and he's literally just announced his retirement. And Benfica goes, you know what, man? Like, I don't know how you feel about this, but we could do just a year in Portugal, maybe win a trophy in Portugal.
Just you know what? Just break the. Oh, there we go. I do apologize. I've been having this issue with our system. It does this every so often. I know it's been doing this a lot lately, eh?
You need to hardwire that thing in there.
Jeez, there we go.
There we go. I'm back up here.
Shovel the snow away, dude. Like, stop being lazy in
shovel
that.
The snow.
No. Anyway, dude, I'm just saying, if it happened.
By talking about the goalkeeper, I love it.
Anyways, what was I even going? Shit. Now I lost my train of thought because I was talking like an idiot.
This all started on the starting 11. We were talking.
So, yeah. You know what? Yeah. Basically, a good game overall. You know what I mean? Like it's just. Got sidetracked here. Ronaldo. We were just going on. Yeah, man. Even if we paid him he's a free agent at age like 42. I don't give a shit. Whatever age he is, he becomes a free agent. It's his final year. You pay the guy $5 million a year. It's still a huge salary for someone that old. Yeah. And he comes in for one season. We'll make the money back in jersey sales. And if he wins a championship, you can say he won a championship. And at the same time, it would be the ultimate. It's $5 million invested in pissing off Sporting for life. You know what I mean? Like they would just.
He would never do that, though. I don't
think about it.
Oh, I think he would. I think he would.
I don't know. To be honest, everybody knows this. I don't care who says it's not. Look, Ronaldo was a Benfica supporter. Whether he still is or not, that's up to
That's
him,
yeah.
right? Sporting opened the door. And just like him, I would go myself. Are you fucking kidding me? Of course I'm gonna go play for Sporting, dude. Like it's better than bloody, serving dickheads. I'm gonna play for Sporting, right? Would I change my club? No. But would I being a legend then? Would I admit that I was a Benfica? No. Not because I'm scared of it, just because it piss off a lot of people, my image, it's just gonna create a lot of drama around me and my family. I'll be like,
That's right.
yeah, I support Sporting, I support. You never really heard Ronaldo come out and say, I devote myself to Sporting. I love Sporting. No,
Yeah.
he admits that he's a Sportingista, right? But you've heard,
He reluctantly
You've heard,
admits.
you've heard even Pablo Aimar say that he's a Benfica for the rest of his life and stuff like that, right? But you never heard Ronaldo do that. You've heard Figo do that for Sporting and stuff, but never Ronaldo. I'm just saying,
It's
if he
something
got to a
different.
stage, maybe it would happen. I don't know,
It's
mate. I
something
hope he
different.
does.
It's something different about Benfica in the club. I don't know. We always stay in touch with our guys. They're always, no matter who leaves, no matter what happens, they're always shouting them out on Twitter. It's like you're always
Exactly.
a part of that family all the time. You know what I mean?
Man, do you
So
guys see what happens
that's
on?
one thing that's so different about Benfica. What was that?
No, do you guys? I don't know if you guys follow Benfica, like Benfica players. Like, even
I follow the team. I follow
right,
the team.
yeah, same, yeah, same.
Yeah.
So like, I think for me, and this is my opinion, it's normal for like Servi and PZ and Rafa to get together, all that for dinner and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's great to see they post it and they.
They hang out. They
But
chill.
when Bruno Fernandes, right, when Bruno Fernandes wins the trophy, the player of the year in Portugal, right, and you have PZ saying, in Portuguese, obviously, like, you're too good. You have freaking what's it? Even some man. I need to do like somebody. Oh man, that midfield's yours and stuff. And it's like they're like your rivals, dude. It's like Ronaldo messaging Messi saying, "Hey, congrats on the Golden Ball on a Ballon d'Or, whatever." He like, he probably does. I'm not saying that, but like publicly on Instagram, it's incredible, dude. The amount of love shared by just he's gonna make the baby. He's gonna go make a baby. It's fine.
Hold on.
Oh, he's getting jumped.
Hey, mute the mic, bro. This is you, porn. I mean, sorry, YouTube. Sorry.
Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna play. Let me hip hop to the Europa draw. Is that okay? I'm gonna jump off. Well, Alex says that because I want to play this real quickly. So give me a second.
Look. See how racist Mario is.
Yeah.
See how racist Mario is. As soon as I say porn, he goes, "That's racism." As soon as I mention the word porn, it's like, "Let's go off to Russia." Let's think about Europa League and Shakhtar.
Speaking of Eastern Europeans, yeah, yeah. Let's go to this draw real quick. I want to cover this thing. I'm gonna pop this up real quick because this shit cracks me.
I'm not beaten yet. I still have armies in the Ukraine.
The Ukraine. You know what the Ukraine is? It's a sitting duck. A road apple, Newman. The Ukraine is weak. It's feeble. I think it's time to put the hurt on the Ukraine.
I come from Ukraine. You not say Ukraine weak.
Yeah, well, we're playing a game here, pal.
Ukraine is came to you. How about I take your little bonus?
Hello.
He's just holding like two fingers, like, ooh.
Yeah. Hello.
We
Sorry, don't worry, John.
yeah, we partway through, or we got that the Seinfeld bit. We got that on there, and then Alex also just showing us this case. I got it muted, and all of a sudden like, whoa, show us that case, and we got very excited there for a second.
Love this shit,
So we got
Real weak.
Shakhtar. Shakhtar, here's our team, man. That's the one we're facing.
Boom.
Another team from the Champions League. We got another third place team. I don't know how well you guys know what kind of happened with the results, but let me just pop it up on here real quickly. Give me 1 second.
I actually don't. I didn't check.
So this team was in the group: Manchester City, Atlanta, and Dinamo Zagreb. And Shakhtar tied City in Manchester, tied Dinamo 3-3 in Dinamo, tied Choo-Choo in Ukraine. They beat Atlanta in Italy, and they missed the knockout stage Champions League by 1 point. Like, you look at these results and you're like, wait a second, that looks like a team that's qualified for the knockout stage Champions League, not a team that qualified for the Europa League.
Yeah.
So that bit on Seinfeld to me is perfect because if Bruno Lage walks into Europa with this mentality of saying we can rotate. Ukraine is weak. We don't have to worry about Ukraine. We're gonna go to Ukraine in February, where it's butt ass cold, and these guys got nothing else to play for but Europa because they're walking away with their league, from my understanding.
Yo, can I say something though? Yeah.
Yeah,
When you said that, I shat myself my pants a little. But then you go back and you forgot to mention they lost 3-0 at home to City,
yeah.
and they lost 3-0 at home to Atalanta.
These guys
And we
concede
played
goals.
there first.
These
That's
guys,
what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
So
seem to
3-0.
get
That,
better results out
that,
like at
they had a
away
red
from.
card.
well,
They had a red card in that last game versus Atlanta.
Still,
Yeah,
they lost 3-0
I
and fuck 'em.
understand. I get it. I
Um,
get it. I get it. I
no,
mean,
no,
all
but
I'm saying, you go there, you smash at least two past them, and you win a 2-0. Are you gonna fucking take that? Of course, I want to bring a 2-0 lead, even a 1-0 lead.
oh yeah, yeah. If we can get
These
the
guys won't beat them at the Luge, man. They
no,
won't
no,
beat
I'll
them at
take
the
a
Luge.
draw in Ukraine, to be honest.
nah, I want the win. I want the win. I want the win.
Nah, I want
I
to
mean,
win,
you want
man.
the win. I get it. I get it. But you say you want the win, but
Yeah,
then
but I'll be
you also
disappointed with
say
a
it's
draw.
cold. Right? It's cold. The team's good. We're looking at it like we have to be realistic, right? If we go up there and to Ukraine, it's butt ass cold. It's going to be a white field. You could tell that there was snow on that field. If a Portuguese team can go to the cold and scrape a good a good draw out there, I'll be happy. I'll be more comfortable. Come home, you got that last leg in Lisboa. I mean, you got everything to win. You Mario, you said Shakhtar doesn't have anything to play for. Well, this is what they're playing for. I mean, I would put that Benfica too. This same, you know what I mean? They're looking at
If you go with
they're
the
looking
mentality,
at
man,
one
you,
of them.
you got to go with that
Yeah, they're
mentality.
looking.
You got to go with the mentality to win. And if Benfica does it, I think we'll slaughter these guys. I honestly, I'm not being a dick, but I think we can get these guys.
Yeah,
But
and I remember you and somebody else telling me that you guys had a feeling that Benfica was turning it on for the Europa, right? Turning it on for
Yeah.
Europa. Well, this is no excuse. There's no excuse.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, go up there, get it. You know what I mean? Like Shakhtar is not. They're a very good, but
oh, it just cut out there. You both cut out there.
Benfica
Oh,
has
you're back. Okay.
pass, man.
Real quickly, I just tossed up here the Shakhtar versus Benfica. The last time we met was in 2007, and it was a tight affair. And looks like the away goals is what got us through on that leg there. We got basically a 2-1 away win. So talking about what we were just saying, they're not the best at home, and Shakhtar came to lose and beat us 1-0. But we won. We advanced on the away goal. So it is interesting that these guys seem to have a track record in Europe of just shitting the bed at home and doing well away. So it's an odd bit of history, an odd bit of a group stage, but it almost feels even more demanding to play that away game and get the win because you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm not tempering my
Well,
expectations or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, with all that being said, you ran through their Champions League list, you ran through their accomplishments, you know what I mean? And it's cold. Like, if Benfica, all I'm saying is, if Benfica could just do their job. If we could have got a draw in a couple of these other games
yeah,
in the
but
Champions League, we could be looking at different results. A draw isn't a loss. It's not a win, but it ain't a loss. You know what I
the
mean?
thing is,
It'll put you where you need to be sometimes.
for me, like you said something there, you said, if Benfica do their job, right? For me, with Benfica doing their job the way they've been playing, I'll be disappointed with a draw. If they turn up the way they've been turning up to games and get away with the one, do I take it? Yes, but I'll still be disappointed. Not because I don't take the score, the result, just because I don't. If it look, Shakhtar used to be a team that would scare me. It would when they had all the Brazilians, like
Oh,
all these
there's a
Tyson.
there is a
Still do.
period where they had
They still have them.
yeah, but they
No, but yeah,
they're
most
not
of them are like, go on, go on, go on, go on.
yeah they're not as good as they used to be. They used to have money back in them for a bit of time, and let's just what man let's call it what it is. Ukraine's going through a civil war. With Russia, it's not a civil war. It's not nothing like that. It's the Russians invaded, took part of Ukraine. It's not a nice spot. It's screwed up Ukraine big time. Their economy's taking a hit. There's players that don't feel comfortable playing in Ukraine like they used to. And right now, you look at matches played. They've played 18 games in their league. They're at 50 points. The second place one, Dynamo Kiev, is at 36. So literally, Shakhtar can basically put their B team for all their domestic games once it comes time for Benfica. You know what I mean? They're gonna play their best 11 because they got their league in
Well,
the bag, and so that's why I
well,
think if we go in sharp, we can get this, but don't expect like a cakewalk.
well,
I
that will be Shakhtar. But they got a break too, and our first game against them will be their first match back from their break.
well, yeah,
So
that's true.
they
Let
could
me
do the
see the
B's, they
matches.
could do all the B teams and all of that. But Benfica, we're gonna have scrimmages. We're gonna be back from break before they will, and we'll be in a playing form. We'll be in playing form already.
Be
Shakhtar,
rhythm.
that's gonna be their
Yeah.
first
You know,
competitive
actually,
match.
you know what?
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
first
didn't know
competitive
that.
match.
You're right. You're right, Alex. I'm just looking at their match schedule. I actually didn't know that fact. So yeah, they just played Saturday the 14th, which was this past weekend. They played their last game, and they're not going to play again until February 20th against us. Um,
There you go.
they got no
Right. So
so far no friendly games lined up, no nothing. Um, yeah, man, that's not a nice
That's
situation.
and
yeah, man.
and I want to say something real quick. I just want to respond to Luis real quick. And you said the way we've been playing. I mean,
Snow Angel celebrations.
I completely understand, and I completely understand and agree with your expectation. Today, and we didn't talk a lot about today. Today we had our 11 play had a 2-1 victory versus Braga. You know what I mean? Like,
But
does
it's a cup elimination.
is
I'll take that.
okay, but I'm okay. All right, then that's what I mean. Mario, you know where I was going with that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, you know where I'm going with that. Like, are we okay with today? Like, we didn't
Yeah, yeah.
play. Was
I'm
it
okay with
4-0?
today.
Wasn't 4?
Yeah, exactly. I'm okay with today because, in my opinion, they didn't score a goal. No matter like they created the play, that's fine. But they didn't score. As simple as that. If Ferro gets that, or if he doesn't, is he going in? No, the ball's not going in before Ferro touches it. Right? It's going across. It's potentially gonna get hit in. I'm saying there's a 90% chance there it's gonna be a goal. But at 10%, if they don't score it there, they haven't scored a goal, right? So what I'm saying, they didn't score a goal. We definitely could have at least scored two more. So that would have made it a 4-1. You're talking about a 4-1 against Braga at home. For me, Shakhtar is at a banging level of Braga right now. I don't watch the Russian league, but trust me, I'm gonna watch some of that because I'm that sort of person, right? But just from when we got a draw, I check the stats, and there's no like you check our stats against our teams, and even in Europa, you have like more possession, more shots. Everything is more or less foul. Yeah, fouls sometimes even more as well. But anyway. And then you go there, you go to Shakhtar. Honestly, check out the stats are very even the games they're like dominating, have like win 4-0 and 3-0. You see them, they'll have like 6 attacks and 4 shots on target and 3 goals. And the other team will have 7 attacks, 6 shots on target and 0 goals. And you think they only won because they were clinical, right? There's no like 10-0s and those sort of things, man. I just think right now, look, maybe I'm setting myself for disappointment. That's fine. I'll do that one time in my life. All I'm saying, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, no. But if we figure, don't like, I don't know, man. Like, just don't be scared of them because we
Yeah.
have we have
Well,
just
I think we're all in
okay.
agreement on
Look,
that for sure.
you see Shakhtar, Zenit. Who's gonna win that game? I would say Zenit straight away. I wouldn't say Shakhtar, right? I would say. You see Leipzig against Shakhtar. Who's gonna win that game? Leipzig. You see Lyon against that team. That team. Who's gonna win that game? You gotta think. Lyon. So if we've played with those 3 teams and we managed to get a draw at Leipzig, we beat Lyon and we beat Zenit, right? Am I right to say that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If we beat those teams, why can't we beat this one? Honestly, their football, I'll be more scared of a Wolverhampton than Shakhtar. Not because of the players, just because of the style of football. I think the Ukrainian teams, Russian teams, they have a very like our style of football
They're not
just
pretty.
matches their style of football.
Yeah.
Like they
They're
can't do
they're
the
they're
one,
more
two.
more basic. They play.
They're more like direct,
Yeah.
like just I see a run there, bang it. They don't want to do the 1-2s and stuff like that, and that's what they used to do when the Brazilians were there, and they all did all these stuff, and that's why they got quite far in the Champions League and stuff, and they were doing like well in Europe. But that's gone. Right now, they're just direct. They just run with the ball direct. They just direct, on wing cross it, cross it. And having fair with Ruben Dias.
So you think we know what to expect with the team?
Man, you have to because I'm going to be watching games. Maybe on Sunday I'll probably go in. I can speak about this a little bit more. I'm going to watch some of the games, but honestly, it's just the goals are not pretty. We score bangers. They score tap ins, man. It's just anyway.
I got you.
Yeah, no, no. It's again. I think our best 11. I just want to see us. I would just love to see us walk into Europa and just make a statement. Some teams you kind of
Yeah.
right now you look at the teams, and I gotta say this Europa League season, a lot of good teams. Now when we kind of look at the when it does start up in February, we're gonna see different matchups. We're obviously gonna see our game play. And part of the reason I want to make a statement, it's not just against Shakhtar, but it's for the rest of the damn league itself. Because you're gonna have teams like you got United versus Club Brugge, or you got like Sevilla versus the whatever that team they're facing. Heck, you even got Wolves against Gannett. I don't know if that's how you pronounce them, but you're gonna have some of these teams that technically. Or no, Roma against Gannett and Wolves against Espanyol. There'll be good matches, but the teams have to make a statement. Whichever teams
Yeah.
make a statement in this round, it doesn't make a difference at the end of the day. If you make no statement, you can still win the goddamn tournament. I'd love to, from a pride standpoint, this is just from a pure bragging standpoint, from an adept, from a Benfica, to kind of have us smash Shakhtar. If they're weak at home and they're soft allowing goals in, and we can just take advantage of that, and plus the fact that, like Alex pointed out, which I didn't know, they're not playing any games until that game. They'll probably do some training sessions. If we can catch them with their pants down and just like destroy them to the point where when they come to Lisboa, they're just like it's pointless almost, and we
Yeah.
just like do what we did to Nacional on the European level, not expecting a 10-0. That's just
Man,
ridiculous.
no, fucking
No,
hell. All right.
but
Easy, fella.
that's not gonna happen. But I would love a nice scoreline because you know what's gonna happen the next round. You're gonna see Benfica advance. Like they see guys like United, Celtic. You'll see Roma, Wolves, and a few other teams. But they're gonna be like, oh, here's the teams that to look out for. They'll be talking about Benfica. Here's a team that has been like gunning for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like
want that.
I want
Yeah,
I
I
want that
get
like
it.
bragging around. I want to see like when they do the advertisements saying. They got to be flashed that Benfica logo because that's a team that's coming in. They're coming in to try to win this thing, right?
Yeah.
And you know what, too? I think with a team like Shakhtar, I think we got what we wanted. I think we wanted to be tested. Didn't we say? Didn't we say that?
Yeah,
I,
it's not
I,
so far away.
yeah, I just wanted to be
Horrible
close. Yeah, yeah.
No, hey, I get it, but I mean, we got who we got drawn. We got to play who. But I think we all got what we wanted. Benfica's gonna be tested, and Benfica if you like you said, if Benfica can smash Shakhtar and get out of the next group, clean and come to Lisboa and play, a B team. That's wonderful. That's, but I think it's good to be tested before we get another guy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Before we get and did you find out who was our next?
Yeah. So
Actually,
Southern-
normally they do the draw, the round 16 draw, but they actually this time they didn't do it this time. I've seen in previous years that's been like a thing to do. You know what I mean? Which
Okay. Because I thought that we would know, the next guy. Right?
yeah. So did I, but
Whoever
no.
the next, whoever the next team is, this is gonna be.
I guess it gives it a little more excitement, huh? Like you don't know, yes.
And we'll be battle tested. We'll be travel tested. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is good. This is fine. Yeah, but can we go any further than Ukraine at this
I was
point?
about to say that. I was
You
about
know
to say
what I
that.
mean? I don't think we could go any further than this. You know
I
what
don't
mean?
think so. Because you've got like Copenhagen, you got Germany, but you don't go back. Maybe Belgium, but that's it.
But that's it, right? So I mean, I don't think we're gonna go any further than this. So that's fine. We'll get that shit out of the way.
yeah, so they're
Next
doing.
round, we'll pick up a Spanish team or maybe an Italian team, and we'll be a little, and then we'll get what
Spanish,
we really
man.
wanted, right? A short
Give,
flight.
give me
go
Seville.
tough-
Let's do it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Give me an English team. You know what I mean?
They
Oh yes.
The interesting
Fucking
part,
good.
the interesting part of the round 16, because the reason why they usually do the double draw is that they do a draw for the Champions League, and you're in the round of 16, and so by the time round 16 ends, you're doing the draw for the quarterfinals. Well, Europa, you got round of 32 and round 16 in the same time it takes the Champions League just to do that one round. So we're
Yeah.
gonna rip them out right away, beginning of February, and then on February 26th, I think it is, or 20th, 26th. I'm just looking at it here, end of February 28th maybe. They do their draw, and then you play right away. You don't get much like. It's funny. We're not gonna because I think on the March 20th, so end of February, next month is March. The quarterfinals start in March, like end of March. So they're gonna do end of February.
21st. Hello.
Yeah, so yeah, me too. So basically, we're gonna play round of 32. It's gonna wrap up and then that following week, wherever it is, we're gonna do a draw. Here's who you're facing. Okay, you guys face in a few days' time, in a week's time. Like it's not gonna be much. It's an interesting. It's different this time around because you kind of have an idea who you're likely facing next time around, right? This time around, you're going in and kind of almost play this game, do the best you can. Don't get any cards, don't get anything funny, and who do you got? Boom. All right. Enjoy the next week preparing and go.
Yeah.
It's kind of, in a way, it's kind of exciting. I kind of get a kick out of something like that because it is a random draw. There's no seeding. So it's
Oh
like
wow.
it's there's no like first seed, second seed, none of that stuff. There's no pots. It's just bucket of balls and bah,
Whack 'em out.
whack 'em out. All right, man.
It's gonna be fun. I'll tell you that.
Cool.
And European soccer is always fun. As much as we rag on Europa before we get there, it's at the end of the day, it is always fun. It's always a pageant. So it's always nice to see your team, fighting for something. And it's time for Benfica to
Just want him to kill
fucking
it.
win something.
It'd
And,
be
and,
awesome, man.
and the momentum right now, the momentum is building so nice. Like the past while, oh my god! Like I find complaining early on in the season, but lately in everything, even the final couple Champions League matches, everything else, like it's like we're finally clicking it and get into that momentum, get into that rhythm, and then now just carry you through to the end of the season, and oof, it could be a great year. Play the match, player of the match, Shredis, fun time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. You want me to start since I watched most of it?
Yeah.
There we go, there we
I
go.
will go. I will
Thank
go.
you for pointing it out, man.
My player of the match. My player of the match is Peasy. Peasy again with another fucking fine performance. Like you guys said, him and Vinicius are fucking. They're just linking up so well, playing so damn well together. It's fun to watch. Peasy's my man of the match today. My player of the match is his first goal. Him gathering that ball, the composure, the dude scoring goals, and him going left instead of going, going to the keeper's left. He went to the keeper's right, made the keeper stretch for fucking great goal, man. It was awesome. My chorizo of the match. That's tough.
Team
I'm
did
gonna
well.
give it.
Did well today.
Yeah, but it was another game where everybody did well. I'm gonna give it to Chiquinho again. I think I gave it to Chiquinho last week. I think I'm gonna give it to him again. Is because Luis said it. He's not making the most of his opportunities, man. He's the second striker, right? And your job is to clean it up, get those easy goals. You know what I mean? Stretch the game, and he does a lot of the dirty work. I get it, but there are times in these matches where he's given like golden opportunities to seal the deal, put us ahead, tie it up, and he's missing. It's not by much. He's not missing bad. I'm not giving him the shitties because he's playing terrible. He's not taking the opportunities. He's not hammering those goals.
You just know he's better than that, basically.
Yeah, I know exactly. I know he's better than
Yeah.
that, and I got
It's also especially like I think his work rate's been amazing for many of these games, but today he had some really great opportunities where I just unfortunate the ball didn't go in. It just went wide. It just didn't like it was just like it felt like oh man today was a day for him to get on that scoreboard. And I do feel as time's running on. It's kind of like man. You don't need to score many. Mar Saviola didn't score that many goals, but he was such a critical partner for Cardozo.
Yeah,
But you still need to pop one in here and there, right?
What gives him the excuse? I'm sorry, Mario. What gives him not an excuse, but he's involved in a lot of the goals.
Yeah.
Like whether it's the build up from the midfield or connecting it. So I'm like I said, I'm not giving because he's playing terrible, but like you said, you just gotta get those opportunities, man.
For myself, yeah, pretty similar. It was a good game. It's that 1-2 of Vinicius and Pizzi. I'm gonna lean more for Pizzi today again myself. My play of the match. Actually, it's not a major play. It was just the way that the game was linking up. I think it was shit. Now I'm forgetting. It was ended up being a miss, but it was a pass in the 80th minute. It was tapped, and then it kind of went to they zigzag back and forth on the left wing. I'm completely blanking out the names. And I think Pizzi got it, and then he passed it over, and they just did not connect. I think Shakinga tried to shoot, and he missed. But it was more the way that the link up was happening, and like a moment later, down the wing, Gabriel got the ball like it was going to go out, held the possession. We were trying to kind of hold the gameplay a little bit, and just the way they were kind of doing some of these cutesy passes around the left. I was enjoying that part, and I'm just butchering the memory right now of everyone that was involved, which is terrible. The Choris moment, as I'm gonna call it, because I don't really feel there's anyone that was a Choris of the match per se, because I do think everyone did well, and I understand what Alex was saying with Chiquinho. I was gonna say the Choris moment was more for Tarapt. I think he, in my mind, he had Pizzi, Vinicius, and Tarapt as your top three this today. Great players. I think Tarapt had a great game, but that conceded goal, the way Tarapt just jumped out, it's like the odds of you actually getting that ball quite slim. You just like he just lunged his body like his leg up, everything, just threw himself, and it's like most talented players that can control the ball. A player just throws his body like that can go whoop, pass around, and you're now like behind him. And he basically,
Yeah.
it's like, and he's playing that kind of dual role with Gabriel, where you're an attacking mid, but you're also defensive mid, that you are rotating. And at that point in time, you're the defensive mid because Gabriel is further up. And it
Yeah.
kind of it just opened up that entire play for the goal to happen, and so it was a Charisse moment. It was just kind of made you too excited, you know. But
Hey,
yeah,
but I tried to get on the scoreboard a couple times today.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
fantastic. I tell you,
like
man.
it. I like it.
If it
I
wasn't
like
for
it.
Vinicius and Pizzi killing it the way they're killing it, they'd have to be getting MVPs left, right, and center. But like those two other guys are just lighting it up. And to me, I love this. I love this situation. Servy's killing it. These guys are just playing. Tomas, we barely talked about him, man. He had another great game. That guy just looks. That kid is looking great. Fuck, what a goal by Farrell. It was against us, but what a goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think whatever they did with Tomas, man, I think they did it right. For all the criticisms we gave him for starting in the Champions League and all that, and I'm still mad about it, but I think he did well. I think the kid is like playing just with pure confidence, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
Confidence brings confidence.
yeah, the only criticism now, time's passed, but you can also destroy a young kid doing something like that. You know what I mean? I think Savlilar had so much potential. He got destroyed because that tossing him to the Wolves in the Champions League. I honestly think that ruined them.
United.
And then
Yeah.
and then they played Varela over him in the league, and then we just lost that season, and it was just kind of like I don't know. The kid had potential, and I think it's kind of lost, and you can almost trace it back to that group stage. Got tossed to the Wolves,
Yeah.
got ate alive, and then lost his spot, and that's it. All right, Luigi, buddy, what do you say?
Actually, yeah. Player of the match. I like the Vinicius goal just because a lot of strikers there would try and get a quick panic and turn around, and he went, you know what, fuck, I'm just gonna bang it in anyway.
There's
Yeah,
a little roll in. That little roll in.
I'm sorry. If the goalie never touched that ball would have never went in.
Was it going to my?
So look at it again. So
Yeah.
It's about to go.
It would. Yeah, it's about to go. It's about to tug that line, and
Yeah.
it hits him.
It gave it the
The
spin.
spin. All right, I
that,
get it.
that extra spin.
For me-
in. But no, I'm with you though. He created it.
Yeah.
Watch it again, bro. Watch
Yeah.
it again.
But it's the fact
me,
that he took the shot, and if you take
It's
if
it.
you
For
take
me,
the
that's
shot,
what I'm talking. Yeah.
I get it.
Like I can guarantee you something, and this is not me being a dickhead, right? If Severovic hits that first time, that's gonna go rosette. What he's gonna do, he's gonna get his right foot, and he's gonna try and turn it around, and then he's gonna lose possession. You think like, you know what? At least just shoot or something, you know. And for Vinicius, just like, you know what? I want to shoot. I'm gonna shoot. I want to shoot, but I'm not gonna like just bang it. I'm just gonna try and cross it around the box or something, like, you know, just gonna dink it or something. And yes, like you said, you just told me that it wouldn't be a goal, but like at least he went for it. You know, it's 1-1. When it's 6-1, everybody goes for it. But when it's 1-1, you know, sometimes you like it's like one of those things. If he had missed, well, fuck off, man. Just relax, turn around, baby. You know, like. But no, when you know, it was so like I don't know, like so confident, so
Mentally?
arrogant about it. It was arrogant. It was like, I know I'm not meant to score from here, but fuck it.
no,
and
but
he scored.
you get like some of the best strikers Benfica's had and best strikers that other clubs have had. They just fucking shoot the ball. And they just have
Yeah,
a swagger
exactly.
to
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
and they just shoot the goddamn ball. And that was like the thing we loved about Jonas, things we loved about Cardozo, Lima, Mitroglou, the things we hated about Castillo, the things we hated about Ferreira, and really the reason why Seferovic went from a hero to a zero is he stopped shooting the damn ball. Like
Yeah.
just have the confidence. Ibrahimovic, my God, the god of strikers, halfway in line, just take the goddamn shot. That in a way is why I still have hope for RDT is the fact that he has been so unlucky not to score. There's been 2 goals scored that were taken from him, that someone else tapped it in where it would have been his goal or like as an own goal. Um, but the fact that he tried shooting from the halfway mark for that, like he still has that, like he's not getting it, but the mindset's still right. So that's why I have hope for him. So I'm hoping in the next game when we lead now segue into that is just that I hope he starts. I know it's a pointless game, but give him the start since it's a pointless game.
Do you guys think that it's easier for, like, let's say, I don't even know why I'm thinking deep. I'm out there. I'm a little high. Um, do you think it's a little easier for, like, a Brazilian guy like Vinicius to feel a little bit more comfortable, like, at Benfica than it may be for RDT?
Oh yeah.
And I say that
Oh,
because
of course. Yeah, that's
It's Portuguese.
Jonas.
Yeah.
Even though Spain's right next door, he's not far from home or anything.
Very
like
different.
That.
It's an extremely different climate and
a
country in my mind.
Look.
Yeah, you have Luizão, you have Jonas, you have Brazilians.
I think
great Benfica players who are Brazilian, who, like, maybe they put him under his wing a little bit more. Maybe a guy like Jonas, maybe he's teaching him a little something. He's calling him on the phone or something like that. You guys think that has something?
No, I agree. I agree. I'll let Luis talk, and I'll toss my 2 cents.
I know I forget what I want to say. When you're Brazilian, right, you grow up knowing of Portugal, and that right there is already a big difference, right? When you're Spanish, you know who Portugal is or what they are, but they don't really like, it should well. Where Brazil is different. Like, even when you start playing football as a kid in Brazil, you want to play for the Corinthians and all that, Santos and stuff, right? But at the back of your head, you're already watching the Liga Norte. You're already watching that league since the age of like 6, 7, 8. You ask RDT when did he start watching Liga? Last year probably, because he's a sub and he's on a bench watching it. As a kid, as a Brazilian kid, as a kid like that grows up in Brazil, you watch the Liga Norte. You do. Like, they can try and tell you whatever they want to tell you. They watch the Liga Norte. They watch the BPL, they watch the French league, that's fine. But they also watch the Liga Norte, And so when you come on here, the country, the people, the language, the climate obviously is similar, but it's nice. People speak to you. When you're Brazilian, it's more like you're part of the home.
Right. Yeah, I'll add this much. I'll take it a step further. Portugal throughout their history.
You are lagging like a motherfucker.
I am. Today has been brutal. Portugal throughout their history has been a country that has always been pointed out towards more to Africa, more to Latin America. Someone in Spain will, like in southern Spain or northern Spain, will have a similar, identical climate. They're literally like 2 hours flight away, next door. Mm-hmm. But you have entered a new world when you entered Portugal, and it's just the feel, the music, the culture, the food, and that's why it's not just the Brazilians, it's the Argentinians, it's the guys from Paraguay, the guys that come from Latin America that come to Portugal. That when they say sometimes, like, when a Latin American individual is gonna go to Europe, Portugal is the best country for them to go to, because it's as if they haven't left Latin America yet they're playing the European system. They're playing European. It's like a weird mix, whereas Spain it's just a different feel. And even though Spain,
it's diverse. It's diverse. It's more diverse.
It's the diverse, but it's more diverse. Where some countries that go, oh, we're America, we have a lot of diversity, or we're England, we got a lot of diversity. It's like, no, Portugal, like, explored the world and brought that back. Like when you go to Portugal, there's like, you go to spots and you have like this Indian flavor to it. You'll have this spots where it's this Latin American flavor to it. You got like, they just have a different feel. You know what I mean? They have their own identity, but their feel is so blended in. Like our national dish, bacalhau, is not anywhere.
In Portugal.
It's not in Portugal. It's out of our waters.
Cod, it's in.
Our favorite spice, piri piri, is not grown in Portugal. It's grown everything like Portuguese. Everything that you identify as Portuguese is like globalized. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, is Mario really like breaking for you, or just?
No.
No, you're chopping a bit, Luis. So
I'm chopping.
Oh,
okay.
Oh! Look who's got the leg now! Oh my God! No!
Nah, he's as smooth as that bald head of his.
Dude, like, am I still chopping, or am I?
No, you're good.
My
Dude, the whole conversation was was like, and I can see you understanding, but I'm like, how the f- is Melo understanding this,
See
man?
that?
Like, what the
He can
hell
read
is
my
going on there?
lips. He reads my
Bro,
lips.
I was
And
like,
you know
fuck.
the reason I asked that question too is because of what you said, like how Vinicius kind of just took to the Benfica, the swagger that he plays with. Benfica strikers, they just take the shot. You know what I mean? It feels like he was just at home. You know what I mean? As soon as he got here, he was just at home. And back in the Liga Nosh, might as well, remind everybody. And I've said that about him before. He's proven that he can score goals in this league. Before he got the attention, before he went to Napoli, before he went to Monaco, there was something in the guy. You know what I mean? But Benfica is a perfect place for a guy like him, who's proven himself for a smaller club in this league and tried out the bigger clubs. But he's a perfect Benfica is a perfect place for you to hone your skill. And for a Brazilian, and it's not like a race thing to me, but it just feels a lot more comfortable for him. He just feels
Yeah.
more comfortable with the team, more comfortable, like I said, with the legends. Louis Sounds right upstairs, and yes, they speak Portuguese, but it's that dialect. It's that Brazilian Portuguese. I'm sure it's probably like nice for him to hear. Like it's at home. He's comfortable. The guys take to him. So I think that has a big part of the success that Vinicius has had so
Uh-huh.
far. Like just him being
In,
very
in,
comfortable being
in a
part of the
very
team
kind
and
of
Portugal.
a funny way, kind of a comment you just made is that he had some success in Portugal, enough success that warranted him to get attention in other spots of Europe, and it didn't work out. Gabigol, a lot of success, stepped out to something else, didn't work out. Sometimes when you kind of re-enter that familiar ground, you
He
kind of
got a bad rap here. Gabigol got a bad rap for
he
me.
got yeah,
We
but
could
he yeah,
spend another 45 talking about that.
yeah, I know, but like even at Inter, it just in general, sometimes it's just life. You can be a very talented player, but sometimes something doesn't jive, and sometimes just getting back to familiar territory, around some friendly faces. And the one thing I am loving right now about this club, it sounds cliche, it sounds cheesy, the way these guys are smiling and laughing and hugging and cheering. Like I tell you, man, sometimes you see other clubs. Not that they don't celebrate goals. Players always celebrate goals, but it's the celebrations on the bench by the manager, by the fans, by everyone on the pitch. I don't know. There's just a certain level of happiness. Sounds stupid, but I
Because
sometimes you don't see that sometimes with other teams.
I think it's because Benfica, the player, I think they knew something that we didn't. I think that they knew it was starting to click. While we were sitting here complaining and we rattle off 5, 6 straight wins. I mean, we haven't lost for 6 matches now or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they knew first. So like it's like you see the happiness is all just like like what I'm looking for, the word I'm looking for. It's like it was all worth it. It was job well done. You know what I mean? It's like we're reaping the benefits of
Yeah.
all this hard work that we put in, all of the long games and all the minutes that these guys. And
Yeah.
Bruno Lage, and I want to say this about Bruno Lage. Sometimes we have to remember, right? Bruno Lage isn't. He's not a very experienced Premier League. He's not Mourinho, Pep. He's not anything like that. Benfica fans, what
He's
we're
gonna
gonna
be
have to
better.
decide is, well, it's going to make my point. What we're gonna have to decide though is if we're gonna give this man the time. It's gonna be ups and downs. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
as fans, we have to give him the time to learn from his mistakes, right? You never get better unless you make mistakes. Somebody who does shit right all the time, you don't learn anything from that, right? Because you're getting shit right all. You have to learn from mistakes that you've made, right? And if we see him making adjustments and corrections, and he has with this 11 that he's put forth, you know what I mean, with this 11 that he's been consistent with, time and time again, we have to be willing to accept the downs as well as the ups. Because if you look at his record, man, I mean, he's only lost, what, 1 time, 2 times in the Liga Nosh. I mean, the dude's his goal output, his offense, it is something to be proud of. But what we're gonna have to decide, and in this Europa League, and this is why I bring it up, is we're gonna have to decide. We're gonna have to stand by him. We're gonna have to take the good and the bad. We're gonna have to accept that he's learning, and it's gonna be a curve. He's gonna have games like against Leipzig, and then he's gonna have games like he had against Galatasaray, where he started as
Yeah.
Galatasaray, where he started. 18-year-olds. Everybody
Yeah.
was 18,
And we
and we
won.
won the game, and we won. You know what I mean?
That was one of these
So
things. I remember when he did that, everyone was kind of pissed that lineup, but then when it happened, it's like, fuck, that worked out. God damn, that guy's nuts.
and I say that because today with another win, a Tasa win, you beat Braga, another good showing. I feel like the coach he is learning, getting better. You know what I mean? How much time though? How much time are we willing to give him? And that's all to ask, later on. But right now, I think I'm happy with the guy. I think
I
we're in
agree.
good hands.
I'm
I
gonna add
think he's
one.
doing a good fucking job right now.
Yeah.
And we've been critical of him here, and I'm just saying, I think the guy's this stretch where he's got it together, this 11, he's getting it. He's getting it.
Let me just
Okay.
can I just add one quick comment real quickly, and Luis can cut in. Sometimes, it feels like we want nice things, and it feels too good to be true. Like it feels like Benfica's building up to something, and it's like, oh, we're building up a really good European side. We did good in Europe. Next year we're gonna kill it in the Champions League, or we almost in Europa. Next time we're gonna get. It always feels like we're almost about to make that jump, finally get it, and it's too good to be true. And so we've gotten used to like getting disappointed to a certain extent. So when Bruno Lage killed it, oh my god, is this guy? He's too good to be true. He's killing. He's amazing, amazing, amazing. And then at the beginning of the season, when shit wasn't going right, he was fucking around his formations. And I was like, "Fuck, I knew it. I knew it. It always happens. As soon as I think we finally have it, it's got." But I'm glad in a sense that it's like the goal ratio is insane. Like it's climbing up again. He's getting that formation. It's like, you know what, man, he's young. I agree with the Alex, man. Just give this guy the time. I fully back him. I think there's good potential, and just sometimes, man, I believe it, man. Go, Luis, buddy. I know I'm cutting you off here.
No, I just want to say that was my player of the match, and now player of the match.
Oh shit! Yeah. Fuck.
You get that, yeah?
I didn't forget. I didn't forget. I wanted to get back to that.
I almost.
I'm so glad you guys got it.
It's a joke.
Yo, we had a whole different bloody pod for 15 minutes, man. Like wait, okay. Anyway.
All right. Hey, we're live, by the way.
Yeah. We're live.
Oh my god, I watched that live. I was like, wait a minute, you told that story live? You're like, yeah, I fucking did.
Oh, do you remember that? Anyway, so my player of the match is busy. Obviously, I don't need to explain. Melo said everything. I'm sort of kind of getting used to it now. Yeah, it's just like, when he scores now, my mum looks at me waiting for a reaction. And I look at her, I'm like, what? She's like, if you can score, I'm like, busy score. I'm like, yeah, I get used to it now. And I just like, honestly, I don't really.
All of a sudden, it's like this player of the match. Vinti, oh, my screen's inversed. It looks backwards.
Okay, and Chorizo of the match, just a quick thing. Me, for not watching the game. Peace.
There we go. I don't want to flip this horizontal. Here we go. I'm screwing this up, man, because I want to get this correct. My thing's now screwed up. We're upside down. Here we go. It's not flipping back. This is what I get for screwing around with the thing live. There we go. Oh, it's completely like flipping the wrong way. It's not even getting better. There we go. It's gotten better. It like took a while.
Man, look, you gotta start thinking over this.
You do have to start thinking over this shit.
It's the plot.
Gotta get my computer game up.
Okay, you do gotta get, because this Veilot here trying to get this shit working. To do. Oh yeah, finally, it took me a while. Back to what I was trying to do. 21. Anytime it's all that's what it was for. So I get these goddamn numbers like correct.
You could have just gone like this or something.
I want to no play the match. Luis, you gotta have this going forward now. Like just. Anyway, sorry for the. I'll give it.
Who's next on the docket? Who's Benfica putting a whooping on next? Is it Stubble? I think it's Stubble.
It is Stubble. I just popped it up on here for us.
Saturday, yeah.
Yeah. Final game.
What time is that? 12 o'clock. Oh, that's a solid time.
It's 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock for you?
That's lunch. That's 12 p.m. for me.
That is a later game for us. That's like what, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? Yeah.
That's three for you, man.
Yeah, 3 o'clock for me. Yeah, looking forward for it. Taça de Liga.
8 o'clock.
It's a game where unfortunately win or lose it doesn't matter.
It's eight for you. It's 8.
Yeah, it's normal fucking time, bro. What are you guys talking about?
Is that what time Benfica's like 8 o'clock? I never think about that.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
pretty-
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. That's common, man. It's like you know how you like watch the NBA. You know how you watch. You know how you watch the NBA at night sometimes.
Okay.
It's like 8 o'clock.
Today we played at 8:45. The game started at 8:45, quarter to 9.
You know, I've learned. Haven't been there yet, but I heard that Europe, Portugal. I heard it runs late anyway. I mean, 9:45 is not really like.
Oh, life is like. Oh no no.
What time do you have dinner, Mel? Like tea, dinner, whatever.
Dinner's here's 5:30, 6 o'clock. You know,
Oh, non-Portugal.
Six.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's gone. No.
5:30, 6, 7, 5:30, 8, 8.
No.
I'll tell you why I said that. I'll tell you why. An average American.
No, 5:30.
5:36.
5:36.
Yeah. So an average American is getting off at 5 o'clock. Right?
And they want to eat.
Get home, yeah, they want to eat. You know, so
Right.
it's like
Wow.
yeah, around that time. From 5 to 7 is normal dinner. That's dinner.
See,
And
7 to 9.
And that's similar in Canada in terms of being like 5:30, 6 o'clock is dinner. But Luigi's right. In Portugal, and they always make
7,
fun.
9.
Yeah, they make fun of tourists because tourists will show up to a restaurant at 5:30 and it's closed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There are a lot of
I heard
restaurants
that.
in Lisbon.
That's what I was saying.
Actually,
They
there's a
run
place
late.
I go in Lisbon a lot. They literally will open at like they open lunchtime until 3, right? On like just busy days, but
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I lost.
Wait.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
wait
back.
for him to
We're
get
back.
back.
We're back.
sing.
Yeah.
No, but honestly,
Can't sing
there's a
for
restaurant. There's a restaurant that opens at 7 o'clock at night until midnight, 7 p.m. to midnight. Just
Yeah. I mean,
just dinner.
I'm not saying midnight's like taboo here in America. Midnight's when you're going. That's when the fun starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
we
just
start the
saying,
fun
like,
at
dinner.
2.
Yeah, 12 o'clock for me. That's 12 to 1, 2. That's
Look.
lunch. I'm eating lunch.
Yeah.
You know what
See,
mean?
I tell you something, yeah. My nights in Portugal, like when I'm there on holiday, my friends finish work, and even if they don't finish work, right? Even if they've been off all day, what time are we meeting? Let's meet 8 o'clock. Oh, 8 is a bit early. Call it 9. I'm like, all right, 9 o'clock. What restaurant? This one. So you're going in like not late, but at the time, like that's time. Anything 10 o'clock is starting to get a bit too late. So 9 o'clock, then you eat until about 10, 11, midnight or something, and just there drinking, chatting. And then at midnight, we decide where to go. We go, where we're going. All right. And then we'll be there until about 2 a.m. And then at 2 a.m., we go out. At 2 a.m., that's when we go. You know,
I
like.
was just about to say. I was just about to ask you that. So I was like, if we ever went to Portugal, we're all there. We go to the Benfica games at 8:45. We're there till 10:45.
Yeah, 8. Let's call it 8.
Yeah, 8. So let's call it 8. So, all right, the game's over at 10. Right,
Yeah.
10 o'clock. We're by 10:30, we're out in the parking lot. Now we're going to find something to eat.
Yeah.
12. Right now we want to dance. Now now we're not getting back home till 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, minimum. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
so
like from midnight to 2.
If at all.